guys, welcome back to CallyalaterPodcast, episode number 47, 5 weeks away. My name is John.
5 weeks away.
1 year.
Oh, wow. Go us.
Heck yeah.
My name is Kelly. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Welcome
That's
back.
like our signature now is our Air 5.
Air 5.
Yeah.
Welcome
We should
back.
do a compilation of all the Air 5s from every podcast ever.
You're the editor.
Gotta get sifting through some
You
footage.
can do it.
Heck yeah.
Well, welcome back to our podcast.
Hello.
Call you later. So, today we're talking all about avoiding the freshman fatigue.
It's a nasty one. It'll sneak up on you real quick. Like you go from, oh, I put on a couple pounds to, what happened to me?
So hopefully you guys enjoy this episode.
Yeah.
We do talk about fitness on our channel or podcast often. We also talk about like friendship, relationships, love life, school,
Everything
just like our
college.
life. Yeah, everything college. It's a good time. So you should definitely subscribe or
What a
follow
time
along.
to be alive.
And we're just gonna get right into it.
Yes.
Last week we talked about our mid-semester update.
Mhm.
So that was
It was
an
a juicy
interesting
one. It was a spicy one.
All online classes and everything. So you guys need to go check that out.
It was something.
But I'm gonna put out there as like a little disclaimer. You gotta do you.
Yeah.
And some people take longer to adapt, some people don't. Some people gain weight easily, some people don't. It's okay. You just gotta do you.
Some people might gain the freshman 30, and that's okay.
It happens, you know? When you enter a new stage of life, something's bound to change.
Darn straight.
You know? So you just
Yeah.
kind of accept it and keep going.
Heck yeah. I like that.
Yeah. All right.
What is the freshman 15?
Yeah,
What's your definition?
So I think the freshman 15 is like when weight sneakily creeps up on you after starting school and being busy with schoolwork.
Yeah.
But this can also apply. I know a lot of people started joking about the quarantine 15.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, in my opinion, when weight sneaks up on you. Like
you don't expect it.
Like you said, it's slowly like, ooh, 2 pounds. Then
It's when
like
you
all of
get
a sudden
either
you're like,
so
oh.
busy or not busy at all.
Exactly.
There's no in between there.
Right. So what did you say?
I said the typical 15 pounds that you gain your freshman year from the stress and work at school. Yeah. It just hits I'd say probably 50% of the people get it.
Yeah.
It just kind of hits you. It comes out of nowhere.
And this can apply to like even if you're not a freshman, it can happen. You know, like it's that thing like they call it the freshman 15, but it can really happen to you at any time in your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the freshman 15 is more popular because usually when you're going into college as a freshman, your lifestyle changes completely.
Agreed.
So we're gonna be.
You go from having that structured lifestyle to where you have to be at school 9 to 5 every day, or 8 to 3, which is what most high schools do. To, oh hey, I got a class at 12. Let's stop at McDonald's and get some breakfast.
Right. So we're gonna share foods to avoid / beware of, because I feel like avoid's kind of like an intense word.
Yeah.
But it's just like to
watch out for.
Yeah. How to find time to work out, how to deal with stress the freshman year, and how to create healthy routines. And
I like that.
Our freshman 15 learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited?
I am.
I feel like this is going to be a juicy episode.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so foods to avoid / watch out for.
Do you want to go like back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay. So I said soda and coffee with lots of added stuff.
Yeah.
So as a college student, I will admit, like especially with having like side hustles and working and stuff, I thrive with caffeine.
Caffeine's the best thing to ever be
like
created.
There's that triangle where you either get sleep, social, or schoolwork.
Pick two,
and then like throw fitness and like a side hustle and a full-time job in there, like that kind of thing. It's like, okay, I'm trying to find the balance where you just don't get a lot of sleep, that you need the caffeine. But a lot of people like don't realize, and honestly it's taken me a while to realize it too, like some of that stuff's not good for you.
No, it's really not.
And sometimes if you're drinking, like, I'm not saying Diet Coke's better than regular Coke, but that has no calories versus calories.
Yeah.
And it also has all these hidden sugars in it. Or if you're like a coffee drinker, and coffee's healthy, but then if you add a lot of sugars and sweeteners and milk and the wrong kind of milk for your body and what it can process,
there's a whole bunch of things that,
and it can affect your weight.
It's just a little bit of sugar here and there, and then it becomes a little more sugar and a little more sugar and a little more sugar, and it's just like, oh. I said quick snack junk foods, chips, donuts, pretty much anything you find at a gas station that's not a protein bar.
Or like the school bookstore.
School bookstore, that's another one. I can't tell you how many people in the first semester in our first class where I saw people just coming back with the bookstore with those cosmic brownies that are just like all dense sugar and chocolate wrapped up into one little thing. They taste amazing.
I'm not, like, I like junk food, but I don't really like
That's
junk
fair.
food.
Like, they taste amazing, but they're so unhealthy.
Right.
They're like 150 calories per brownie, and I can probably eat 3 in one serving.
The thing that, like, bothers me the most, and I don't know if you've ever noticed this, is the fact that like unhealthy food is so much cheaper than healthy food.
It's the processed versus non-processed stuff.
And so like if you're balling on a budget, it's like all I can afford is this, you know, where it's like I know I shouldn't be eating it. So
the good news is there are some healthy processed foods out there that are cheaper. Protein bars typically, even though they're not super cheap, you can find cheaper protein bars.
Right. So that's a good one. My second one is fast food, kind of like you mentioned, but like you said at the beginning, it's easy to swing through McDonald's before your 12 p.m. class.
I will admit, I have gotten a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle quite a few times on the way to class. Don't do it.
It's that thing that is easy to do. Again, also, not only is that the freshman can lead to the freshman fatigue, it's also a lot of money.
It's expensive.
And the coffee and sodas and stuff will add up as well.
I mean, you're going to be spending $10 a meal depending on what you get. And I mean, you do that 5 times a week, $50 a week, $200 a month. I mean, that's absurd.
But fast food, it's that thing, like, I don't know about you. Sometimes when I get fast food, like, I might sound really, like, not stereotypical by saying this. I'm still hungry after. It
doesn't fill you, and it gives you that dopamine hit where you're happy while you're eating it, and then you're sad and you want more afterwards. Have you ever seen the movie Super Size Me?
Yes.
Where he literally would like they read his vitals, and like he got happy when he was eating, and then got depressed after it. Yeah. That stuff messes with you.
Yeah. So that was my second one, was fast food.
Yeah. My next two are kind of a combo package, but just in general, sugary drinks. Sodas, like you said, I mean, a Mountain Dew has like 79 grams of sugar, which is like 80% of your daily value that you're supposed to get. And that's a spitball number. That's ballpark. But it's it's surprising how quickly they rack up. I mean, if you drink 2 Mountain Dews a day, it's a lot of sugar.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think it goes back to too, like when you're counting, if you're counting calories, you don't have to like. It's that thing, like, you can only focus on one, otherwise you're going to go crazy.
Yeah.
So if you're focusing on sugars, don't really count other things, because it'll start to go like, oh my goodness, it gets too much. But you should pay, like, you shouldn't, but, like, you should pay attention to what your sugar level is, because that is how you can gain weight. So if you're watching your weight, sugar is an important thing to look into.
Absolutely.
I said meal plans. So a lot of my friends who dormed their freshman year of college would get these meal plans where you can eat like all you want. It was kind of like a buffet style.
You just keep swiping your card and it goes on your tab.
Or like they would get like whatever you want for 1 month, one price. And they said it would be so easy to just kind of keep eating, or to go through multiple times, or something like dessert was always available. Yeah. Where then you just kind of start eating unhealthy things because it's available.
It's right there in front of you. You got to make it harder to not.
And you don't have to have that self-discipline to be like, I don't want that. I can't make that. It's just there.
It's there.
So I think that is like something to pay attention to if you're thinking about that.
You're completely right. It's a dangerous tool.
Like, it's great because you're not going to be hungry because you have it. And it's an option. Yeah. But it's also that thing. It's like that, what do they call that? Like a catch-22 or something?
Oh, yeah.
Where you have one, but, like, do you really need it?
Yeah. No, you're completely right. Those all-you-can-eat places, the buffets.
I can't do that.
Stay away. Again, my next two are kind of a combo package. The high-sugar hydration drinks that are out there, that are marketed as they're going to hydrate you and give you that boost of energy that you need and give you the electrolytes you need. Regular Gatorade, for example. Yeah. I love Gatorade and I'll drink it every so often, but the sugar-free Gatorade is much better because they hide it with sugars that are packed behind it. Yeah. Now, again, I love a good Gatorade, but there's so much sugar that's thrown into that, like added to it, which will add up quick.
My next one, and this just depends how old you are and if you are in college or older, but I said party food, but when I wrote this, I really meant like alcohol, if I'm being honest. So a lot of like, I don't know, like in my college career, I am older, I'm above the age of 21, but alcohol, like, you can gain weight by drinking alcohol. And I feel like a lot of kids who go to college start to experience alcohol and that party lifestyle.
They just start going crazy
for the first time, and their body's not used to drinking alcohol and the effects it has on their body.
They throw back beer after beer after beer.
Beer is really high in calories, high in fat. Even like liquor has calories in it, So it's that thing, like if you're going out every other night or even once a week, those are calories your body's not used to, and it can easily add up and you can gain weight.
It'll rack up really quick.
But not only that, usually if you go out like to a party, more than likely you're probably going to have another like meal in the middle of the night.
Definitely.
So you're not only having dinner that night, but then you're going to have like party food.
You're completely right.
So like those things do add up, and it's something to watch out for if you are trying to avoid the freshman 15.
Yeah, you're completely right. My last one was foods low in protein and high in fat and carbs.
Yeah.
There's so many of them you don't even think about, but like pasta and cheese, like that's a deadly combo. Because it's just so many carbs and so much processed stuff that you're putting into your body that's just gonna, the pounds are gonna start piling on.
So those are all my foods. Do you have any more?
That was my last one.
So now let's talk about how to find the time to work out as a freshman.
Yeah.
Or even in your college career or high school career.
Yeah.
So I said wake up earlier and do it in the morning. So my freshman year, and I kind of talk about this later on as well, I already was going to the gym at 5 a.m. every day.
You were killing the workout game.
So thankfully I did avoid the freshman 15. But it was that thing, like, I already had it in my schedule, but it wasn't new to me.
Yeah.
Nothing that I had to do for school took place at 5 a.m.
Okay.
So it was like, that's the only thing I was going to do at that time.
You had the time and you made it.
So my biggest tip is to wake up early and do it. It's hard if you stay up late, but it's worth it.
It's well worth it. I mean, I was in the same bracket. I avoided the freshman 15. Honestly, I think college helped me get more in shape. Because when I got out of high school, I was like, well, I'm not stuck somewhere 8 to 3. I have the time to work out. Yeah. So I definitely got into the gym more after I got into college, but it was still hard to have the discipline. So I said schedule it into your week before even thinking about homework.
Definitely.
Put down if you don't have class at this time, put down in your calendar. And I always talk about calendars on this show.
Google Calendar.
My Google Calendar. You have to put it in your schedule beforehand, and that's your time to work out.
Right.
So you're working out from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Set in stone. You have to be there.
I was watching this YouTube video earlier this week. I love watching like motivational, like reasons why people work out and stuff to motivate me. And this one YouTuber said, and I wish I knew her name so I could share it with you guys, but she was like, working out isn't like, I don't make time for it or I don't make it part of my routine. It's what I do. It's like I don't plan for it. I just know it's going to happen. Where it's like I don't plan to go to sleep. It's I know I'm going to go to sleep.
Huh.
I don't plan to eat lunch. I know I'm going to eat lunch.
I like that.
It was like, I don't plan to work out. I know I'm going to work out. And I was just like, I like that.
That's a crazy mindset shift.
But it was like cool to think about.
Yeah, that's nifty.
It wasn't
I like that.
Thing, like you have to do it. It's just, I'm going to do it.
I like that.
But it was really like motivating.
Yeah, that seems like that's very inspirational. I like that.
Yeah. But so speaking of watching YouTube inspirational videos, I said small inside workouts that are on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So if you are in a dorm room or in an apartment, or say you just live at home and you have a smaller space and can't go to the gym because there's a pandemic going on, do at-home workouts. They have plenty of them where you don't even have to jump so your neighbors won't hear you or anything. It's just like you can sit down, do body weight workouts. You can even do like floor ab workouts.
Heck and stuff.
And make the time, and they're like 5 to 10 minutes.
Those are amazing. That's what I put for my second one is just work out in your dorm or bedroom. Yeah. It is the best place to work out because you don't have to pay for a gym. Yeah. You don't have any, nothing can tell you to stop. Even if you have a roommate in there, it's not going to bother them if you do it quietly.
Exactly.
So just make the time and do it.
Yeah. I started my fitness routine at my house. I didn't have a gym membership, and I got fit, so you can do it. It's I feel like going to the gym is more motivating because you actually go somewhere.
I remember when you got that Snapchat memory the other day about when you started the fitness journey from X amount of years ago, and that was so inspiring. Seeing that you just did it in your basement, right there then and there.
And you can do it. It's just you have to I think you have to be a little bit more motivated to do it that way. So then my third one is to make it an outing with your friends.
Okay.
So if you're trying to find the time to work out, and maybe replace going to the shopping.
Yeah.
Say you want to go shopping with your friends. Be like, hey, do you want to go work out together? You're still hanging out together. But
you're still getting social life in, but you're combining two of the things from that triangle.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a different way to look at it, I guess.
I like that. So I said take a weightlifting class. Not all colleges offer them. I know it's a very college by college thing, but a lot of them do. They have their own weight rooms, and I've heard of some colleges even requiring weightlifting courses, like a physical education type course. So take a weightlifting class. That forces you to be there, and you get the credit hours for it. And yeah, it's a little pricey, but you will have to be there from X amount to X time to X time and get your workout in.
I think that's a really good one. I like that. Especially if, like, maybe that, if you're paying for your education, maybe that'll motivate you. Like, I'm paying for it. I have to go show up.
Exactly.
And do it.
Not skip class.
Yeah. So then my next one is to study while you work out.
Ooh.
So this one sounds really weird. I'm going to admit I've done it before. So an example of this is, like, if I go to the gym and I'm going to walk on the treadmill, I might listen to, like, a review. Like if my teacher posts, like, video lessons, I'm going to watch the video lessons while I'm on the treadmill. But personally, that one's a little too complex for me because, like, it's all, like, walking, watching.
It's that focus factor. Exactly. It's hard to focus.
So my biggest tip is to get on one of those, like, seated bikes. So not a spin bike, because you kind of just sit there and you move your legs. And then you'd go through Quizlet and do the study cards.
That's smart. I like that.
It's time management. You're studying, you're working out, you're out of your house, you know.
You're getting everything you need to get done. I like that. That's really smart.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. My last one was find your why.
Okay.
It's not a direct tip on how to get into the gym, but it's the philosophy behind it. You have to do it for everything in life. You have to know why you're doing what you're doing. You have to know why you work out. You have to know why you go to school. You have to know why you get up in the morning.
Right.
There are a lot of crucial factors behind finding your why. And finding your why for fitness can be as simple as, I want to be more physically fit. I want to avoid the freshman 15.
My why is to be stronger. So, you know, you just have to, it can be as simple as, I want to be strong.
It really is. It comes down to 3 words or 4 words.
Yeah, and then you just kind of do it.
You write it down on a piece of paper, put it on a Post-it note on your monitor, and go.
Yeah, I like that one. And then my last one kind of plays off of working out and studying at the same time. You can also say, like, I'm going to study, and then as my break, I'm going to go work out.
I like that.
Or, like, if you're doing an at-home workout, I'm going to study for 30 minutes, and then I'm going to do a 5-minute ab workout.
Okay,
it
I like that.
It kind of takes your brain away from what you're doing, yet you're getting physical
activity.
Yeah.
So no, I like that. That's nice.
Yeah. So how to deal with stress of the freshman 15.
Yeah, so I think we kind of, you split this into 2 categories. I put them in one, so my apologies for that. Do you want to
go all at yours and then I'll
we'll go through. My apologies for that.
You're good. I think I changed it.
So it's going to be tough, okay? When you're going to have this stress thrown on you on your freshman year, it's going to be really hard to stay into a healthy routine. Even if you get into one, it's going to be tough to stick to it for more than 1 or 2 weeks at a time. Definitely. It's going to be difficult, but know that the people around you are suffering through the same thing. It's not just you. And, you know, you can find people around you that are trying to do the same thing. Find a gym buddy, find a study buddy, and find ways to have that work-life balance.
Definitely.
It's possible. You can do it. And I also said it's okay to only work out once or twice a week.
Yeah.
Like, if you work out 1 day a week, that's a workout. And then what you can do is, like, in week 1, you're going to work out once. And then after a couple of weeks, you'll add on 1 more workout. And then after that, you'll add on 1 more. And then you're working 3 times a week for an hour a day. You're good.
Especially if you're new to working out. You really don't want to overdo it right away.
Not at all, because you're going to burn yourself out and get very fatigued.
Definitely.
You just have to start somewhere. You really do. The next one I said, and I learned this one recently, and I talked to Kelly about it, and she thought it sounded really cool. It's something called the 5-minute rule. I can't remember who I saw posted. I wish I could give them credit, but I can't remember. If I remember, I'll put their name on the screen. Basically, what the 5-minute rule is let's say you have this big project you're going to do, or you want to get a workout in, and you're going to do it at home. Say, okay, I only have to do this for 5 minutes. Set a timer on your phone for 5 minutes, and it will then trick your brain into, once those 5 minutes are up, you'll likely be in the flow of it, and you'll just want to keep going. So if you're doing an ab routine, well, like, okay, just 2 more exercises. Or if you're doing a big project, okay, how about another 5 minutes? And then another 5, and another 5. And the ball will get rolling, and then you'll start enjoying it, hopefully. Obviously, it doesn't always happen, but it's a good way to trick yourself. And then finally, this one goes on the eating. Try to eat 1 healthy thing a day, whether it be a banana, a protein bar, a protein shake. You know, go get a healthy smoothie from Smoothie King. Healthy. Don't get the sugary ones. Just 1 a day. You know, you got to slowly work it into that routine.
Definitely. I like all of those.
And those are my 5.
I like those.
Thanks.
Those are really good. So I kind of broke them into 2 different categories.
Yeah.
How to deal with stress and then how to create a healthy routine. So dealing with stress, and me and my best friend were actually talking about this on a FaceTime call the other day. She's taking like a stress management class as like a credit course,
That's cool.
which is really cool. And she said it's been really helpful. So she told me that there's many different stress relievers out there. and you just kind of have to test them to find out which one works for you.
Huh.
So I said it would be helpful to research stress relievers, like Google what are good stress relievers, and if one interests you, try it and follow it.
That's cool.
Until you find one that works for you.
I like that.
Because starting something new is really hard to adapt at first, especially if you're like me, change is hard.
Absolutely.
Like, I struggle with it to the extreme.
Yeah.
You've experienced it with me.
I'm the same way though.
And it's really hard for me to adapt. And then once I get adapted to it and get going, usually like the semester's over and it has to start all over.
It takes 8 weeks to get into something, and then there's only 8 weeks left, and you're like, oh, it's already halfway over.
Exactly.
But I think that's really normal to happen.
Oh, definitely. But so finding a way that you can relieve stress is really good. Personally, for me, I talk about this all the time on the podcast, journaling. Once I write in my journal, I instantly feel like 10 times lighter. I'm like,
it's all off your shoulders.
So then I also said working out can be a great stress reliever.
Okay.
So working out, I talk about this again. I feel like I'm repeating myself. Releases endorphins, so you ultimately feel better.
You really
after
do.
it. Especially like you probably have heard the runner's high.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go for a run, you're gonna get this endorphin rush where you just feel like you're on cloud 9.
And I would argue there's a lifter's high too.
Oh, definitely. But it's that thing like you release your body just releases
the tension gets released.
Exactly. And there's nothing better like when you say, I just feel like I need to do clink some wings when you're really stressed. So those are my 2 tips for dealing with stress during the freshman 15. But I want to say it's important to note, I feel like I'm very factual right now. I do want to say I'm like certified in this.
You're good at what you do.
Yes.
You know your stuff.
So when you are dealing with weight gain in freshman 15, stress can actually be a big part of weight gain. It might not even be what you're eating. You could be eating completely clean.
Yeah.
But if you're overly stressed, you can gain weight. Which I think is really, really interesting and like not scary but scary.
Isn't what is cortisol the hormones that release and do that?
It does affect women more.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, but that hormone can make you gain weight if you have too much of it.
Yeah.
And it might not even be anything you're eating if you're just overly stressed.
Yeah, it's a killer.
So it's really interesting. So then I went on to how to create a healthy routine. So I recently I was watching another YouTube video and they're like, make a to-do list. And I'm like, I've always made a to-do list. But lately I'm like, my days kind of are the same every day. I don't need to make a to-do list. You just forget what you're doing if you don't make a to-do list.
Lost.
And then you get that like, oh my gosh, did I get everything done? And then that kind of stresses you out because you're not sure if you did. Make a to-do list. It's so simple. You can make it on your iPhone. Just kind of make a notes or reminders or actually use a piece of paper, have your planner. It helps. Even if you write like 5 things down that are like the biggest things that might stress you out.
It'll feel good to cross them off.
It'll feel good to cross them off, but it also just relieves that stress of like, did I forget something? Make a fake schedule and follow it. This one sounds really weird. I feel like I've talked to you about this before.
I think so.
So say you are about to start your semester and you have an idea what your classes are. Make a week spread and be like, every week I want something like this to happen.
Yeah.
Things can change. But you kind of have a ballpark idea of what's going to happen.
I like that.
Whether it's I'm going to work out every day in the morning, I'm going to have this happen, I'm going to go out to dinner this night. And it's flexible, but it's like something you kind of have a ballpark idea of what's going to happen.
I like that.
And then you can make it more scheduled. And then I mentioned find your why.
Find your why. That's important. It's huge.
When you know why you're getting into this healthy routine, more than likely you're going to stick to it just because it's personal and motivates you. It's not like I'm doing this because so-and-so's doing it too. It's like I want to do it because I'm doing it for me.
You get to do it.
And then my last one is to start before your semester begins to get into the habit of it.
I like that.
So, like I mentioned when we both were talking about like how we avoided the freshman 15, I was already working out at 5 a.m. before the semester, like my freshman semester. So it's kind of like I rolled right into it. It wasn't an issue at all for me.
Yeah.
So
that's huge. But yeah, it's hard to break a habit, and it's hard to form a habit as well. So you gotta start it beforehand.
Definitely. But those are all my how-tos and everything.
Nice.
So do you want to share your learning experience?
Yeah. Watch out for impulse buys.
Oh.
So
okay.
if let's say you do have to go through a drive-through. Or actually, we're avoiding drive-thrus in this scenario. We're going to Chipotle, and we're going through, and you see those bag of chips back there, and you're just like, ooh, bag of chips sounds mean right now. Like, it would be so good.
Especially if you, like, go in knowing that you're just getting, like, a bowl.
Yeah, and you see those bag of chips, and you're just like, they ask, any chips or drinks? Oh, yeah, sure, I'll take a Diet Coke and a bag of chips, and you've just added, like, 500 calories onto your meal. And It applies everywhere else in gas stations, like just grabbing that 8-pack of donuts. That's how when I was in freshman year, like that's like the little weight that I did gain, because I didn't really like gain the freshman 15, but I did gain a couple of pounds, and any weight that I did gain came from those impulse buys. You know, just a honey bun here, a honey bun there, which are my addictions that I have to avoid.
I like buying you honey buns.
The little things add up quicker than you think. Those little 97-cent items that, you know, are on the counter and you pick them up real quick.
I think it's interesting too, like, because you could look at that from a financial standpoint, like point
how much they add up.
And it's those little things add up, whether it's in calories or money.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. You take that 97 cents and invest it. You know, you could be a millionaire. I don't know. That's
like a penny saved, a penny earned.
A penny saved is a penny earned.
We should do a finance episode.
Yes, we should.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's like, that was one of the biggest things for me that I had to control on, was the impulse buys. You know, buying the one extra sandwich at a drive-thru, or seeing the deal where like, oh, it's 2 for $3. You know, you get more if you buy more, and you have to avoid that, because that can really add up really quickly.
Definitely. I think that's really helpful. Thanks for sharing that.
What's your learning experience?
So, I don't know. I feel like I was an older college student because I took 2 years as a gap year for a nanny job. And I avoided the freshman 15, but it was that thing that I already had such a set routine.
Yeah.
So I think my learning experience was like having that set. But the biggest thing for me with the change of adding more on top of my plate with already like working out and doing like part-time work and everything was to make sure you did it consistently and to have a why.
Okay.
So
I like that.
When I was entering my freshman year of college, this was before we were dating, I would be like asked to go out and stuff, or like my friends would want to hang out, or like certain things, and I had to go like, no, I'm busy. And it was like that thing, I had to establish my own boundaries and like schedule to make sure I could get my fitness in check. Like I couldn't stay out late because I knew I had to wake up at 5 a.m. But it was also that thing, like I had to make sure I could get everything done before having fun. Okay. Which kind of sounds weird, but it helped me avoid the freshman 15.
Yeah, I like that.
As I was true to myself.
Nice. Yeah. I like that a lot.
So it was kind of different, but
I like it.
I think that's like the fun part of our learning experiences.
Exactly. They're so different, but they're similar at the same time, you know? I like that.
So that kind of wraps up this episode.
That's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. We always appreciate it.
Yeah, if you guys have any freshman 15 tips, tricks,
throw them down there in the
comments.
Let us know.
Tweet you later.
Hashtag tweet you later.
And be sure to check us out on our socials. Our Instagram is at callyalater podcast. Twitter, we already kind of mentioned that, but
callyalater pod. Hashtag tweet you later. Leave us a review, please. We'll read it. We love you guys. You guys are amazing.
Yes, and I hope you guys are all doing well, surviving the semester.
Stay safe. Stay alive.
Next week, what is the episode?
It is a Q&A. So keep an eye out on Instagram, because we'll be asking for your guys' questions.
So, all right.
Call you later.
Bye.